Now there's a few ways I could do it from this point. So one thing I could do is, so what happens if there's multiple bombs is the one question. At the moment, the way I'm doing this, there wouldn't be multiple bombs that I'm allowed to place. However, what I could do is have a third network variable that keeps track of how many bombs have been placed so far. And every time that this bomb 1 gets placed, it adds 1 to that counter. And then on the other side, the clone is just constantly checking and seeing, is it the same number of bombs that have been placed so far? And if it's ever not, so if there's more bombs than have been placed, it creates one where the corresponding network variables are at. I think I'm going to try that one. So I'm going to create one more constant, which I'm going to call B1 count. It's going to be network slot 12. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 to that slot, basically. mplay data write B1 count. And what I want to do is I want to do whatever that guy is, which is the mplay data read plus 1. So that's how you do relative counting. All right, so I place a bomb, and this guy's going to add 1 to this counter. By default, all your network variables start at 0, by the way. Okay, so once I have this, now I need to start thinking about the other side of it. So this guy creates a bomb, and ooh, that's going to be interesting. We have to figure out when it blows up. Well, for now, let's just have this guy create one. So this is, I put this in the wrong place. This code should be in the regular bomb. So in the regular bomb, when he's created, he should be doing this. In the clone, this guy's actually needs to check to figure out when he's supposed to die. Well, we'll get to that in a sec. So he needs to figure that out in a minute. This bomb also needs to set an alarm after he does all this recording so that he knows when he's going to be destroyed. So if you've never done alarms in code before, on alarm you basically say which alarm you want, use square brackets, and then which alarm you're picking out. And you just assign it a value. So I'm going to do 60 for 2 seconds. Because remember, 30 steps is 1 second. When this alarm goes off, create explosion and destroy yourself. So for now, I just want to see if bomb 1 is working, if it'll place it. We'll get to the clone in this moment. So saving, create executable. Nothing. Link. You're the host. Host. You're joining. Join. It's thinking. Let's start. All right, so 2 seconds later it dies. Good. All right, so who's creating the clone bombs? So it's got to be somebody over in the other screen. Well, the only one corresponding to player 1 is player 1's clone. So he's got to be the one, player 1's clone, that creates these clone bombs. So what he's going to be doing is, besides checking these 2 things, he's got to be checking the counter. Now, we basically need to know if it's changed. which means we've got to somehow save off how many he's created so far. So in the create event of the player one clone, I'm going to set up a variable for him. Bomb count, maybe? It's going to start at 0. So when that first starts, I'm going to count how many bombs have been placed so far, which starts at 0. In the step event, if bomb count is not equal to mplay data read b1 count. So exclamation point equals is not equal to. So if the number of bombs in my room is not the same as the network says should be there, I better start placing bombs. So I need to do instance create, and this is going to be at b1x, or sorry, mplay data read b1x. So whichever's recorded in that slot, data read b2 or b1y, and I'm creating a bomb clone. That's a long line of code. And after that, I'm going to add one to bomb one count. Bomb one clone, I'm actually going to set up to also have an alarm. So in bomb one's clone, I'm going to say alarm 0 equals 60. And when alarm 0 goes off, great explosion. And do instance destroy. Eventually I need to figure out how the explosion is going to work. I haven't put that in, so I'm leaving myself a comment so I remember I need to do that. All right, I'm going to create another executable. Test this thing out, because I'm paranoid and I don't trust my code, which is the right way to be. Host, the host, game created, join. It's like, look at all these games on the network. Is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Because all of you are creating games too. Hey, look, there's the game. All right. Look, there I am. There's a bomb. That's cool.